that basically I celebrate, and I salute Easter in a global way because that is what we all do. But I've come to realize something about myself. I live every day like it's Easter. Right. I'm just being honest because I'm thankful every day that the man got up. I'm thankful every day, not just one day, but I'm thankful every day that he got up. I'm grateful every day that he got up. And so we're not going to be, in here long today. I know that it's Easter and there's so many things that's got to go on. I got some other obligations and everything, but I am not going to negate being who I am and doing what I do, which is loving God and delivering his word to his people. And so we're going to start in Romans chapter 8 today. Romans chapter 8, and I'm just going to encourage you, from the subject, just going on with what's happening with Easter. And I've also been in a series of where I've been talking about spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity. As I've always said, you do not have to do anything to grow in the natural, but you do have to put in work in order to grow in the spirit. You don't have to do nothing. All you had to do was be born in the natural. And every day something about you changed. You gained weight. You grew and all. You had nothing to do with that. Didn't nobody have to put in no type of work for that to happen or anything. It just automatically happened. But baby, try that in the spirit. You ain't gonna get nowhere. You ain't gonna get nowhere. Nowhere. It requires work. It requires having a mentality to desire to grow spiritually, because it comes from having a relationship with a spiritual God. God is a spirit, and so they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And so it comes from having to have a desire to get to know God, a desire to want to fellowship with him, to be in a collaboration with him, to be an imitator. The Bible calls it followers of Christ. And what a follower is, it literally is translated as a imitator, which means I do what he do. I say what he say. I go where he go. That's what it literally means. And so in order to do that, that means that I have to make a decision that I am going to do that. Many things we have no control over. We have no control over whether the sun comes out in the daytime and the moon comes out at night. We have no control over that, but we do have control over whether we mature or not. We have control over that. We can make a decision that I'm just not going to mature. I'm just not going to, point blank, period. We have that right. We can make a decision. If you ever thought about it, there are some things that you have said you wasn't going to do. And it was because you had a decision to not do it. I have heard people say this: I ain't gonna forgive them. I ain't gonna forgive them. I've literally heard people say, I ain't gonna never forgive them for that. And that is a choice. But literally what is being stated is I am choosing to not mature past what happened. I'm literally securing my life right here, because it stops right here. At this point of me not forgiving, at this point of me not moving on past what happened, I literally said, I died right here. This is the death of me right here. This has brought my life to an end right here. It's literally what's being said. Didn't realize that, did you? Because those words weren't spoken, but that's literally what was happening. Literally. See, that is the reason why we have to be, we have to be made known of a spiritual world and not just what's happening in the natural world. Because the natural world only usually is a image or a picture of what's going on spiritually. Spiritually. If the inside of a apple is good, then it is pleasurable to be eaten. Y'all better hear what I just said to you. If the inside of it is good, because that's what you're after. Really, the inside of it is what you call fruit, right? The fruit of it, the meat of it. So if the inside of it is pleasurable to be eaten, that means that apple's good. It doesn't matter so much about the outside, because you can peel the outside back and find the inside. I told y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you. And I'm still drinking coffee. Lord help me. Please help me. Ooh. So you have to make a decision to grow spiritually. And the thing that you have to be careful about is this. Let's go back to this apple. When a worm invades a piece of fruit, what is it after? You just said it. It's after what's inside. God help me. God help me today. I'm about to soar. She want to fly. She want to soar. Watch me. Look. It's after what's inside. It goes beyond the outer layer to get to what's inside. Now, how many pieces of fruit have you seen where a worm has eaten the whole outside? I ain't ever seen it. It will pierce through a part in the outside just to get in the inside. So what that lets me know is there is something, if something has gotten on the inside of me, that means there was something that I gave entryway for that to get in. So this worm looked for the weakest point inside of that piece of fruit in order to be able to get in. Have you ever done what I do? You pick up fruit, even if it's an apple, what's the first thing you do? To see if it's got some weak points. If it's got a weak point, what do? I don't buy that one. Put it back. Because that is more likely to be contaminated. It's most likely to be something that has been compromised. Oh, God. Oh, it's been compromised. God help me. But see, the thing of it is go in your mind. You know, I pray that y'all be thinkers. You know, that's one of my prayers for you, that you be thinkers. You can really save yourself a whole lot of controversy and, you know, just a whole lot of things if you just learn to think. I'm a thinker. And so when I look at something, I generally look at the whole anatomy of it, the biggest part of the picture that I can see. I don't just look at one dimension. I generally go into other dimensions to be able to see. And so if I see this apple, and this apple has fruit on it, which means that it grew, it produced, just like the other ones. But it was something about it that was compromised. Something about it got compromised. If it does not have a worm in it, Jimmy, but it's got a soft spot, Just so happened, baby, somebody might have dropped it. You see? But something happened to it, God. Something happened to it that caused it to not have its beautiful form like it was supposed to have. This beautiful texture about it like it was supposed to have. Oh, God. Today, I'm going to encourage y'all by way of this. He got up so we could get up.
All right now.
Yeah. He got up so we could get up. Catch the play on words. He got. He's already done it. So we could get up. So just maybe you ain't up today. But he got up so you could get up. And so every day you got to see it as a day of getting up. Every day of your life you got to remind yourself and know that because he got up, by George, today Delphine getting up. Yeah, I see what happened. I sure do. I see what happened. I know exactly. I heard about it. I sure did. I heard about it. Yep, it's going on. Yep, they was diagnosed with this. Yeah, this right here happened. Yeah, the bank account might not be looking like this. I see every bit of that. But I'm telling you, he got up so I could get up. He got up so I could get up. Yeah, I understand that a worm got in. It sure did. It hit me in my weakest spot. And it literally got in. But can I say this to you right here? There are some people that would take that bruised apple and they would cut that bad part off. And they'll still eat what's left. Because sometimes you just got to know how to get around the problem. Oh, God. I just moved right on around them, y'all.
Amen.
I just moved right on around them, Rhoda, so help me, God. I see them. I see them. I feel their bruise. But I just moved right on around them. Still know how to take what's good. Because what I need to encourage you to understand is just because you bruise does not mean that you don't have no value. You just got to get with the right somebody, the right mentor, the right coach, the right somebody that can cut that bad part away and still show you your value. Because all you see is what you feel. Every bruise. Oh, no, not that one. Not that. That's a bruise. That's a spot. Oh, no, that's a worm. So sometimes what happens is some things can happen in your life that causes a bruise. An example of something that causes a bruise, it may be it may be the loss of a job. That's a bruise. That's a bruise. But then there are some things that literally can be where a worm got in. So where a worm gets in is going to be the things that you allow to just literally alter your whole life. That's where a worm has gotten in. As to where you now deviate from where you were, who you used to be, to now being contaminated with something, because there is a foreign species on the inside of you. There is a foreign species, a foreign entity that is now entered on the inside of you. So then that is where you will begin to be unseemly, where there is things that will come from you that is not really of you. You understand? That's not really who you are, but you got these things coming out of you, or you got these different type of manifestations that are coming from you, but it's not really who you are. That's when you have allowed